Time for some business news now. Stephen Carroll is with us in studio, and we're going to start with that digital currency Bitcoin, which has again reached a new record.
For the first time, a Bitcoin has been valued at more than $10,000, and it's a significant milestone for the cryptocurrency that a year ago was worth just $740. It's an increase of more than 900%. Now, Bitcoin is a completely digital currency. It's not backed or regulated by any central authority, and it has no intrinsic value. According to CoinDesk's price index, though, one Bitcoin was worth just over $10,000, in fact, just under $10,600 a short time ago, and that's seen a huge spike in value in recent months. There's still a lot of skepticism about the cryptocurrency, though, with the boss of bank Credit Suisse saying that it was the very definition of a bubble. Alison Sargent reports.
Some say they're worth nothing. But for those who buy and sell the cryptocurrency Bitcoin, each one is now worth over $10,000. Bitcoins can be thought of as digital tokens. They can be used to make payments internationally without fees and are even accepted by some retailers. But they have no intrinsic value and are not backed or regulated by any central authority. Valued at just a few cents when it was created by an anonymous developer in 2009, 2017 has been a big year for Bitcoin, which has seen its price rise by over 900% since January. The most recent price surge was sparked in part by an announcement that U.S. exchange operator CME Group will be creating Bitcoin futures, allowing Wall Street to speculate on the online currency the same way they do on commodities like gold. Analysts are split over whether Bitcoin's rapid rise is the start of a gold rush or a bubble waiting to pop.
There's no clear criteria for Bitcoin's valuation. We can't easily decide if the bubble will really end, or if what we are seeing is even a bubble.
Bitcoin has seen major price swings before, but its skyrocketing value raises the stakes and signals that the currency, once largely the domain of computer developers and libertarians, is climbing into the mainstream.
Meanwhile, here in France, a court has struck down measures that introduced rent controls in Paris.
Since 2015, a maximum rent per square metre has been fixed in each district of central Paris. But the French capital's administrative court has struck down the measure, saying for it to be legal, it must apply to the entire Paris region and not just the centre. The government has said it will appeal the decision. 60% of those living in central Paris rent their accommodation. The measure has been deemed effective in keeping rent increases to just 1% a year. Representatives of landlords have welcomed the court's decision, but the deputy mayor of Paris in charge of housing says the controls are needed.
If we want Paris to be accessible to the middle classes without them having to break the bank, then rents need to be regulated. If we let the market drive prices, we risk explosive price hikes.
Well, let's take a look at what's happening on the markets for you now. It's a mixed open on the share markets in Europe. We've got gains in Paris and Frankfurt, but London's FTSE 100 opening down around 0.5%. Banks the main gainers among European shares. Interestingly, shares in the stock market operator LSE are down 1.6%. That's after it announced that its CEO Xavier Rollet would be leaving the company with immediate effect. Over in Asia in trading today, not too much concern over that missile launch from North Korea. Japanese shares still managing to finish up the day 0.5%, and the Kospi in Seoul down just ever so slightly.
Meanwhile, a setback for Uber in its legal battle with Google's self-driving car unit, Waymo.
Uber's been accused of operating a specific team dedicated to stealing trade secrets. The claims were made in a letter sent to Uber management from a lawyer for a former member of the company's security team. After sections of the letter were read out in court, the judge delayed the start of hearings over Waymo's claims that Uber stole information about its driverless car technology. Uber denies those claims. This news emerging as the ride-hailing company said its adjusted losses in the third quarter rose by 14% to $743 million.
Okay, and finally from you, Stephen, a way to make sure that you remember those brilliant ideas you have in the shower.
This is something that's being tried out in the Marriott hotel chain. They've installed a new wired shower door that works like a tablet. So anything that you write in condensation on the shower will be recorded and emailed to you when you get out. Now, the idea is, of course, that as you have your great ideas in the shower, you'll be able to note them. It's called Splash of Brilliance. It's being tried out at the Irvine Marriott in Orange County, California.
I don't have enough early
don't have
morning
long enough
good
showers,
thoughts to have. Oh, that's a good excuse. It's the length of the shower, not the brain power. That's the question. Stephen, Carl, thanks indeed for that.